In the SHD 4-step row, level 11, you're basically going to be doing exactly what you did in level 6 of the SHD 4-step row, except we're going to do some load parameters and stimulus factors that really change it up and add an additional impact to that exercise that's more for advanced people. So let's go ahead and look quickly at the form that's required, and you can rest for a second, Caitlin. So we're going to go back quickly and look at the form that's required for this exercise, but if you want the full details of level 6 and to really master the alignment, which you should have already done by now, but if you haven't, you need to go back and watch level 6 before you're utilizing this level 11. We're going to go through an abbreviated version of this alignment that happens here. So first of all, you're going to stand on one leg. And then you're going to lean forward quite a bit, because this is basically the start or the end of this set, of the rep, depending on how you want to look at it. So we're at about a 40-degree bend in the knee. We're leaning forward. We're keeping the back aligned. The pelvis is neutral. And in step 1, we're going to go into scapular retraction, depression, and start to go to about 20-degree knee bend. Then we're going to stand further upright as we come to level 2. Almost to a locked out knee position on this upright position, keeping the pelvis neutral. And then in level 3, we're going back into where we were. We're keeping the scapula retracted, depressed. We're reaching, we're bending the knee. We're bending over a little bit. So going back to about that 30-degree knee bend, about 20-degree forward angle in flexion in the hip, 20, 30 degrees flexion in the hip. And then for step 4, we're going to add another 10 degrees of flexion in the hip, another 10 degrees bend in the elbow. And then, of course, repeat the process. So that's the proper form. If you want to see even greater detail, go back and watch that level 6. Here's the difference here in level 11. What we're doing now is you're going to do a weight that's very heavy for you. How heavy? Well, your prescription will tell you how heavy. It'll tell you how many reps you should do on the first heavy load, what's the goal, and then based on that goal, that's how you would pick your weight. So let's say that the prescription says 6 reps. And let's say that for Caitlin, that's 40 pounds. She can barely do 6 reps at 40 pounds standing on one leg. So she would start there. And just for abbreviated version of the video here, let's go ahead and start. Good, so let's just pretend she's on rep 5, just so we make this process faster. Good, perfect. There's 5, and now she completed rep 6. Do it perfectly, go ahead. Awesome, good alignment, shoulder line, good. Okay, so she just completed rep 6. Immediately, now we're going to do a drop set. So that's the difference. We're going to drop down to a lighter weight, and we're going to immediately go into that lighter weight. And that's really what a level 11 is. Go ahead and start. So that's really what a level 11 is going to heavy weight, done perfectly, and then drop the weight, immediately go to lighter weight, again done perfectly for the prescribed reps. Let's go ahead and rest again. So, and as you saw, there's a couple things I saw that were a little off in Caitlin's form when she did heavier weight, and that's very common. So how do we deal with that? Well, one is we should try to correct it, staying on one leg. But the other thing you need to know is your upper body may be much stronger than what you can, in terms of row, especially, right? If you've really been doing a lot of weight training, your row is very likely going to be stronger than what you can actually stand and stabilize correctly on one leg, especially if you've done a lot of upper body weight training. So how do we deal with that? So there we were doing 40 pounds when we saw a little bit of compensations in what Caitlin was doing. What we're going to do now is we're going to use a split stance. So if that one leg just isn't happening for you because you have a lot of upper body strength, then in the first heavy portion, not the drop, but in the first portion, you can go to a split stance, pelvis aligned. So we're going to have this knee. What I'm seeing here is the hip is directly in line with the patella tendon in line with the second and third toe. Pelvis is neutral. Bend this back knee. Bend, bend, bend. Yes, pelvis neutral. Good, strong upper body, spinal alignment, neutral pelvis. And then with the side that the leg is back. So now remember, we went into heavier weight. Get ready to stabilize through. So you're going to stabilize through that front heel and also on the back toes. Ready? Perfect execution. Go ahead. Nice and strong. Keep that scapula down and back. Good. Scapula down and back. Down and back. Nope, stronger. All the way down and back. There you go. Good. Keep it down and back, and then reach. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do on a level 11 here. If the one leg isn't happening, go to splint stance, force the form, the alignment, the biomechanical optimization to happen, then immediately drop. When you drop, now you're going back to one leg. So when it gets really heavy because your upper body's just way surpassed what you can do staying on one leg, go to split stance, immediately drop, stand on one leg, and then go back to that perfect form that's matched with like what you did in level 6. And that is the level 11 SHD 4-step row.